What's happening, legends? Welcome to a new series. This time it's PES 2021 season update. A few people have asked me to do a PES series as they haven't played it since the old Adriano meta days, so I'm going to do one with my team Arsenal. If you're not already, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell to enable notifications. So, as you can see, with Steven Gerrard as one of the preset managers, so he's going to be the guy who's going to bring Arsenal back to the glory days, we hope. One of the main things on this, if you haven't played PES in a while, I would strongly advise, if you're like me and hate playing with Man Red and all that sort of stuff, that you download the option file thing from PES Universe. So what this does, this enables you to have all the kits and all the team names, all that sort of stuff, as well as a few added extras like international teams and stuff like that. That is for anyone who's a bit nitty-picky like me, who hated the old sort of format of the Master League where you'd have West London White and all this sort of stuff. You can obviously do it yourself through the edit mode, but it just takes ages. This, you just download it off a website. I think you have to pay for it. But then, like the old days of PS2 with a little memory card, you just stick a memory stick in and you download the option file straight onto your console or PC. So I hadn't really got into PES 21 as the season update was, that's it, just an update of 2020. But I've seen YouTubers like Gibbsy and Kizzlekick7 doing their PES season, so I thought I'd give it a go, as well as a few people have asked me to do it just because they've seen how bad I can probably am at FIFA, so they want me to obviously give this a go, because it is a tad bit harder in my opinion. So this episode, it will just be like an intro into PES, the setup, what I'll be doing through the series, and any features that you may not have seen before that you would like to see, or some of the things that I'll be doing on here that you may not have known happen. I'll also be doing a bit like my FIFA series, just doing a voiceover of my gameplay that I've edited down. So as you've seen, there's quite a lot of detail in the press conferences, the backstage sort of stuff that the manager does, like talking to his staff, all that good stuff, which I don't think you really see much of in FIFA, where you obviously have the interviews with the press, etc. Also, like the title says, I will be rebuilding Arsenal. As an Arsenal fan, I'm not very happy at the current state of the squad. The settings and everything, we've just left them as normal. The gameplay, I think, is on Pro. It might be one above. I'm not that great at Pro Evo, so I can't play on the hardest difficulty because it will be shambolic to watch. Well, might be quite funny, but we'll see. If it gets too easy, we'll probably up it. But like you can see, I've got transfer budget that was just a normal one, starts at 100 mil. Salary budget's a little bit low, but what you can do is another feature on here is you can adjust what incomes go to where. So if your gate receipts and all that sort of stuff, or like shirt sales and that, if you want that going to your salary budget, it goes there. You can choose it, or you can choose it to go to your transfer budget. Likewise, you can choose what pays for your salary budget. What your salary budget pays for. So if you want all your clauses in your contracts to come out your salary budget, then you can do so. Same again if you want it to come out your transfer budget. All I was doing there was just looking at their progression, seeing who's worth keeping. This is what I was talking about. So you can adjust your budgets, blah, blah, blah. I didn't really give it that much time. So I'm just going to be skipping through these games. Well, I played them, but I will be just sort of skimming over them. Not like some of the FIFA games where I go into a lot of the chances. We'll be doing that more when the season kicks off. This is just pre-season. Focusing more on sort of what you can do with your team, and what they suggest is get some of your younger players playing in the pre-season, and the more your younger players play, same as any game, the more they progress. But like the old school Pro Evo, you have the downs, ups, all that sort of stuff. So what I tend to do, if they're on a downer or a diag downer, I just change them, unless we have no other options. So this, you can just edit all your sort of preset tactics, your player tactics, all that sort of stuff is in this menu. A bit like team management in FIFA, but we will edit tactics nearer game time. When we're playing certain oppositions, we will try and edit just so you can get more of a feel of, what you can actually do on here. So like I said, if you haven't got the option file, Real Madrid will be called, I can't remember what it is, it's like something Madrid B or whatever. Wouldn't have their badge, it wouldn't have their kit. So that's what the option file gives you. Arsenal are already one of their licensed teams on there, so you get their normal kits, their badges, etc. I think because I've got the Arsenal edition, I've actually got an extra kit. I think it's like one of the retro ones. But yeah, like I said, ball draw, nothing happened. It was pre-season, so we weren't too bothered. This is who else in the tournament. You get game tips all the way through your Master League. This is your calendar. It's normal stuff, really. If you haven't played PES since the old Adriano days, like I said, then it will be a lot different. The gameplay is more, it's retro to a certain aspect, but it's a bit more arcadey, I'd say, than FIFA. The running and everything, it's a lot harder to say take players on. It's a lot harder to score from sort of miles away. But with FIFA, you can do all these stupid tricks. No one can touch her, and I find it a lot more glitchy than PES. I do think FIFA is still the better game, but PES, if it got the licenses straight off the bat, edited a little bit their gameplay, and were, say, a little bit more refined on their sort of graphics, then you'd have a real sort of competitor, I think. And I also think that if a lot of the old PES audience come back from FIFA, they'd probably enjoy it. There's that retro kit I was talking about. Might be the 93 kit, I'm gonna say. But yeah, Aubameyang's got his dodgy Barnet on here. But this game had a few goals. There was no sound in my clip I picked up, so that's why we've got the music running in the background as well. But yeah, Aubameyang with good finish. Dodgy Barnet. We're looking to keep Aubameyang through this season. Maybe get rid of him next if we can find someone a little bit better. But this was a wonder goal from Eriksen. I don't think Eriksen will be playing football again because of what happened in the Euros, but great player, even though he did play for Tottenham. That's not him, by the way. He scores his free kick. It's an absolute belter. When you score a free kick or a penalty on PES, I find it much more satisfying, as it's quite hard to score compared to FIFA. FIFA free kicks, obviously you can do all the movement and everything. If I jump there, I'm getting that. But yeah, I just find PES a little bit more satisfying to play the league campaign on it than I do on career mode on FIFA. This was another Aubameyang goal. Yep. So this goal was a well worked one. And a few passes around the park. Looked offside there. Good header, Martinelli. He's a player that we'll try and bring through this season. Does the Mbappe celebration. Stevie G looking to take Arsenal to the heights that he got Rangers at. But yeah, that was the final result. So we had one game left in pre-season. That was to play Juventus. A draw would have secured us the pre-season cup, whatever it is. Eddie Nketiah, we wanted by Burnley on loan, so we get a $3 million fee for him just going on loan. Plus, we won't have to pay his wages, which is always nice. Hopefully, Eddie can get some game time, up his stats. Don't know what I was doing there, but this is one area of the scouting thing. It probably can be improved, but it's a little bit different to the FIFA version. So this one you have whether to consider your budget. So if you were on a tight budget and you wanted your scouts to look for players that fit in your budget, then that's all that does. So we've got Juventus here. This one did have sound, I believe. Again, picking a team with the downers and all that sort of stuff. Martinelli was on a hideout. I don't know why I didn't play him. But I'm not sure whether I should sign Matt Ryan on a permanent or look for a new keeper. I'm not sure yet. Do like Matt Ryan, but I know eventually Leno will leave. We're going to try and keep this semi-realistic. To players like David Luiz, Willian, Leno, Xhaka, all them sort of players we will try and get rid of. Good goal from Lacazette. Nearly went past him after the save. I think that is the only goal in the game. Ronaldo couldn't score past me. Here it is again. Birmingham just taking it to the byline. I think he shot. I meant to cross it, but I think he shot. The way I've got it set up on here as well is with the FIFA controls. So circles shoot, squares cross, that sort of stuff. Thomas Partey got sent off for that. I think it was the second booking. So, but we saw it out. We ended up winning the pre-season tournament. And we celebrated it for some mental reason, like it was the World Cup. Steven Gerrard's loving it, giving it big. And what are your thoughts on Bellerin as well? Should we get rid of him? Do you think we'll go in this summer? But yeah, all to think about for the next episode. If we end up winning the tournament. But this is just an intro into this series. I will do a little bit more talking on stuff I'm doing instead of like focusing more on the gameplay. As because I play FIFA, I'll sort of be learning on the job here. I only really play PES when a new one comes out. So this one was a bit of an update, so I haven't played it in a while. Again, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications. Follow all my socials. The next episode will be out soon. And follow me on Twitch for all gameplay such as COD and Battlefield. All the best, legends!